Gurkha Seduction. And it appears to be Gurkha. Hey everybody, I'm Kate, and this is Cigar Vlog. So, one of the things that YouTube keeps liking to bother me about is this goofy Kappa, whatever thing is. And to that, all I have to say is, I'm smoking cigars on camera, and this one is named after a Nepalese warrior, and it's called Seduction. Yeah. Totally fit for preschool. Pass it around. Anyway, this is one of the more oddball names of Gurkha lines that I've seen in a while. So hopefully this will end up being a good cigar and not just a weird mix of why is it called this? And what exactly am I supposed to or not supposed to be getting out of it? Well, I'm going to stop trying to trip over this intro and just go ahead and get this sucker cut. Construction-wise, it's a Gurkha, so obviously it's got pretty decent construction. It's got at least a good, solid double cap on there. Be nice if I actually showed that off, wouldn't it? Although I'm noticing a couple of oddball spots in the wrapper here, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. That could just be a storage issue. But, anywho, going to get into this. At this point, I'm going to make a little bit of a light note that it looks like a nice sunny day. There is enough of a breeze that my fingers are freezing. So, just a little word of caution here. If you happen to see me pulling one of these, that's why. It's not exactly warm out here. It never fails, the one type of day that I hate more than anything else is when it's a bright sunny day and bone-chilling cold. That is, like, hands down, one of the worst days that you can wake up to. Well, right off the bat, clean tobacco. I want to say a slight sweet, nothing too crazy. No spice, which is good. Light, smooth, nothing harsh. Pretty decent start. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get this, make sure I got a good light on it. Then get it down to the first inch and hope my nose doesn't run off my face because I can start feeling that drip. Well, anyway, I'll get back to you after an inch. Alright, getting to a pretty decent inch point here. Being a Gurkha though, this one has getting the typical big bore burn issues where if you don't double puff on it, you'll end up getting either tunneling or just kind of a lopsided burn, just because of the fact that it's a little huge. Flavor-wise though, retrohale has kind of a not quite spicy, nice, not quite spicy-ish flavor to it, or note to it. It's kind of weird. It's like you get a good clean tobacco with just like a subtle kind of, I want to say bakery spice kind of thing on, but very subtle to the point where it's like I'm not too sure exactly what I'm getting out of it. The overall flavor, it's kind of dawned on me, I might have the sun in your eye. Sorry about that. Overall flavor, if you can still hear me through the nice little gust of breeze that showed up. Slightly sweet. A little bit of kind of a little bit of a slight spice developing. A little earthy. Good clean tobacco. Something I can't quite put my finger on. Well, I'm going to smoke this down to the halfway point and see if anything kind of wakes up and actually defines itself. Hopefully it will. And I'm probably going to go ahead and yank the band, which is actually, weirdly enough, if you can take a close look at it here, I don't know if you can see that or not, this is actually a double band, which is kind of interesting. And from the front, it looks like just one big one. It's actually a regular one, plus a chaser. So, that's kind of neat. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and yank that because, well, there's no reason to keep it on there. Unless it's like stuck, in which case, well, I'm kind of sunk. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get back to you at the halfway point. Okay, so ash just fell off. I figured this is as good a halfway point as any. So far, I've noticed a little bit of a burn issue. I don't know if I just screwed up my light that badly. I didn't think I did, but I'm kind of inclined to chalk this up to this being a Gurkha. Basically, it wants to burn a little lopsided. Why? I'm not entirely positive. But anyway, flavors have been actually very interesting. Retrohale's had kind of a, I want to say, a slightly cinnamony bready note. You know, a little on the bakery side. It's got that kind of, you know, this kind of slight cinnamon bread, just air about it, which is definitely kind of interesting. I was going to add something else to that, but I kind of forgot what I was going to say right as I was going to say it. So, the actual flavor of it is actually rather complex. There's almost kind of a sweet perfumey thing going on, which means it's kind of a little sweet, a little spicy, got a little bit of a kind of a slightly floral note, but overall, a lot going on. And this is definitely one of the more fun cigars to smoke because it's kind of interesting to pick out what exactly you're getting out of it. So you got a little bit of sweet, touch of spicy, a little bit of floral, a little bit of earthy, a little bit of good clean tobacco. So far, definitely proving to be a bit more interesting than what it started off with. Now if it just burned a little bit better. And I'm not entirely ruling out that I screwed up the light a little bit. That said though, I'm going to go ahead and keep smoking this down. See how it goes from there. That's kind of a key thing here about Gurkhas is that you kind of have to double puff, and you have to watch out for oddball burn issues like lopsided burns, just because of the fact that they are that big. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and smoke this down to the nub and get an update from there. Alright, coming up on the end here. Basically at this point, flavors are starting to wash out and it's starting to taste like pretty much every other cigar, hot tobacco. Whew. Did I mention it's a little chilly out here? My hand is kind of freezing. Anyway, flavors so far, past the halfway point, it started getting a slightly nutty flavor to it, but beyond that, it's been pretty consistent throughout. Whew. I can definitely say you'd probably want to pair this with a good whiskey. Coffee, probably not, because that's going to be too strong. Anything like a really, really smoky, peat-heavy scotch would be a little too much. Something like Canadian whiskey, American bourbons, things like that, that'd be a perfect mix for this, especially like an old-fashioned cocktail. That would complement this very nicely. Beyond that, though, you know, summing it up, starts off kind of a little nondescript, then ends up getting a little sweeter, a little floral, clean tobacco, you know, a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweet. Overall, a good cigar. Thing is, this is one of those oddball Gurkha lines that I have no idea if they even still make these anymore. I'm kind of inclined to say that they don't, because every time I check the website, you see a couple of perennial favorites like, you know, anything Black Ops or, you know, the Gurkha Red Skies I think they still make. There's so many different lines from Gurkha, and this is one that I usually never see. You know, if you can find these outside of like a bundle, more power to you. How much are they going to go for? I have no idea. I got this as a onesie, so yeah. If you can find them, by all means, check them out. Beyond that, though, I'm not too sure if you're actually going to be able to get a hold of these too much. Like I said, this is one of the oddball lines from Gurkha that kind of shows up and then just kind of disappears. Which kind of makes you wonder if it might have collector value, but it's a cigar, you're just going to burn it anyway, so who's actually collecting them? You know, it's not like it's going to appreciate in value too much. Well, I suppose 100 years later, but at that point, what's the point? You know? Well, anyway, not much else to say about it, other than if you can find them, by all means, check them out. If not, well, if you have one, definitely give it a definitely spark it up. Kick back with your friends and have a nice whiskey cocktail with it. Beyond that, though, that's pretty much it. Not much else to say. Other than definitely check these out, possibly a smaller ring gauge if you can. That's pretty much any Gurkha. There's just so much filler in there that you get weird burn issues, and the flavors are going to be a little muted. So if you want a stronger flavor, smaller ring gauge. That's pretty much all I have to say for this one. If you like this review or any other review, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you had a different experience, or if there's anything you want to see reviewed specifically. I say that because I'm kind of running out of things to review, so... Yeah, at this point I've kind of gone through most of the Cigars International catalog, so I'm kind of running out of options. Well, anyway, beyond that, check out my Twitch stream. I've started going pretty much Sunday through Friday nights. Now, 10 to 2, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Still a perpetual night owl, but yeah, if you can't make it live, they're recorded for about 2 weeks. So stop by, check it out. Beyond that, that's pretty much it. I'll see you next time.